Hey there guys, glad here today to bring you an update on the Axe Dagger Condi build after the patch. I feel like I got a decent starting point for the build that I'm going to be working with and working on and trying to improve. This is what I have so far. It's been working wonders for me. It's been working great with me. I don't see any reason not to release it to everybody. So here it is, guys. I hope you enjoy it. This is my update to my Axe Dagger Condi build. Alright, so far, guys, not much has changed from our armor. We're still running the same armor we did with the Axe Dagger Condi build. Still running the same trinkets. Pretty much all dire. Still running the same weapons, runes, corruption, ice, geomancy, malice. This may change in the future, but right now it's working wonders. And we're still using runes of the undead. And like I said, it may change in the future, but right now, for what we're doing, it's been working just fine. Going in on the specialization and the traits, we're rocking Wilderness Survival, Beast Mastery, and Nature Magic. What you're going to use in Wilderness Survival is Occult Salve, Ambidex, or Refined Toxins. Sorry, the builds are different in World v World, PvE, and PvP now, so sorry about that, guys. So we're going to rock Occult Salve, Refined Toxins, and Wilderness Knowledge with Companion's Might, Natural Healing, and Beastly Warden. Beastly Warden is very ridiculous to use in combat, guys. I mean, if you're locked down and your opponents are hitting you with some attacks, pop an F2 on your pet and they all have to attack the pet. It's great, guys, for getting in and out of situations and just making plays with conditions. Like, you can make a foe, you can make a thief in it's worked one time on a thief in Shadow Refuge, and it made him attack my pet and reveal himself. So, I don't know if that's how it's always gonna be, but that's how it worked for me. Alright, moving down into Nature Magic, we got Bountiful Hunter, Evasive Purity, and Protective Ward. And Protective Ward is very strong, guys, for that initial burst. It takes a lot of the initial burst out of incoming attacks. Alright, guys. So moving on into the food. Same food as we used with our Axe Dagger Condi build. We're going to rock Koi Cakes. We're going to rock Quality Tuning Crystals. You can use Masters. I don't. I used Quality. And moving on into slot skills. The Troll Hill is now a survival skill, so it's got a 20-second cooldown. It removes 2 conditions, along with Sharpening Stone that also removes 2 conditions and gives you 5 extra bleeds. Lightning Reflexes, again, breaks stun, removes Immobilize, and removes 2 conditions, and gives you 12 seconds of endurance regen. Moving on into our third utility skill, you can run Sun Spirit. And I'm going to show you why in the video you can run Sun Spirit. It does a lot of damage, guys. It's no joke. It is a little finicky. Because when you summon it, they don't move anymore. So wherever you summon it, it's going to stay. And the radius is pretty generous on the 75% chance to apply burning on hit. But the Solar Flare only has a radius of 240. And I'm going to show you guys in the video a little later why why the Solar Flare is really powerful, and why just the regular 75% chance to apply burning on hit is really strong as well. With that being said, guys, you can switch to Signet of the Hunt. You can switch to Signet of Renewal. You can basically use whatever you want for that third slot skill. I mean, it's pretty much like my old Axe Dagger Condi build. Alright, Entangle. You can use whatever elite you want. I choose Entangle because, again, it's another condition rip, and it's also a mobilize and a bleed. So, that being said, guys, that takes care of our slot skills, that takes care of our traits and our food. Let's get on into World v World, and I'll show you guys how this build works. Alright guys, now that we're in World v World, I'm going to kind of go over some of the things about Sun Spirit, some of the new things you can kind of do with this build in World v World, and just how ridiculous the damage output on this build can be. Alright, moving along guys, basically you can drop Sun Spirit and you can auto attack with Axe on enemies, getting anywhere from a 1500 to a 2k plus burn tick, not really using any of your other condies. The next thing you can really do with Sun Spirit, again, the Solar Flare. If you drop Sun Spirit and your enemies get near it and you explode it, what it does, fully stacked for me, is 10,400 damage of burn. And it just causes some havoc on enemies. Like, it just causes a lot of damage, and it really enables you to stack that burn really high up there. It's really helped me in some fights, and it's really been crucial in killing enemies really quickly. It's also really shut down a lot of opponents, both close range and mid range. For me in some fights. Alright guys, another thing I kind of want to touch on is the new pet F2 taunt. It has kind of helped me fighting some classes, fighting some opponents. And what it basically does is when you hit F2, if they're in a 240 radius around your pet, they have to attack the pet. I believe it does it even if they're stealth. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that, but it has worked for me. And it also allows you to kind of set up burst attacks with your condies, because while they're stuck there attacking the pet, you can hit them with your split blade, you can hit them with your torch, whatever you're going to hit them with, and make them take massive amounts of damage. It has worked in numerous fights so far, and I believe it's going to be a really good thing to utilize going down the road. So guys, that's just a few of the new things that have been added to the Axe Dagger build, and the way I've been kind of utilizing them lately, or at least the last day, is I go into my normal Axe Dagger rotation that I had. I kind of incorporate the Sun Spirit in there with my torch, and I just explode the Sun Spirit whenever enemies get close, dealing massive amounts of burn damage to them. And it's just been an absolute shutdown for anybody trying to get close to me, anybody going to res. You know, when I get somebody down, I put the Sun Spirit on them, do all my condi rotation, and then explode the Sun Spirit, and boom, everybody's dead in the area. It's another thing I kind of want to touch up on is basically the exact same thing for the Axe Dagger build before the patch. You kind of want to mitigate your cooldowns. You want to make sure you're not popping all of your utility skills, making sure you at least have lightning reflexes for a condi clear or a stun break. Don't go around popping, you know, all your condi clears frivolously, you know, without need. I mean, sharpening stone's one thing, but you don't need to pop lightning reflexes, and you definitely don't need to pop your heal anymore if you don't need to heal. It's gonna keep you ready for large condi burst, ready for stuns. So just be careful, guys. Don't pop everything. Basically the same thing I said with my Axe Dagger build, but I know some people are still having trouble getting used to saving utilities, and it just getting better at saving your utilities, guys, is gonna make you better at this build. Okay, guys, another thing I kind of want to touch on is we have new traits on this build. We have traits that give damage reduction. We have traits that give protection now. So basically, like when an opponent hits you or he opens up on you, you have damage reduction. But the moment you take damage, you get more damage reduction due to protective ward, which is going to give you protection and then give the opponent weakness. So you take a lot less damage on burst openings, which will help you keep you alive through the initial burst if you're getting bursted on by a guardian or a thief or basically anything in the game. It's gonna help you mitigate that damage a lot more. And through fighting so far, guys, it's been pretty good at helping me keep the damage low and just beat out opponents. That being said, guys, I really have nothing else to say about the build. I'm going to be making improvements to it. I'm going to be changing things. As soon as I get a build editor up, I'm going to start trying to improve it and change it. And if I come out with anything that's better or anything that works better, I will keep you guys updated. Thank you guys so much for watching if you made it this far. I know my build guides are a little weird, but thank you bros for watching. And I do have the highest burn tick that I've gotten so far on this build at the end of the video, and you guys can see that. Later bros, thanks for watching.